Here goes the story. It's been 11 years and 9 months. Wow, I can't even remember the exact date. June 2006. It was a normal school day at Moi Girls High School, Eldoret. Or so it looked. Or maybe I just thought it was. The night before, I had had a dream. Buildings around me were falling down. Skyscrapers, not just the few-storied. Okay, sorry. My tongue is a bit reluctant to move. Let's start again. It's been 11 years and 9 months. Wow, I can't even remember the exact date. That June 2006. It was a normal school day at Moi Girls High School, Eldoret, or so it looked. Or maybe I just thought it was. The night before, I had had a dream. Buildings around me were falling down. Skyscrapers, not just the few-storied buildings we see in some of our African cities. These were big, tall buildings that probably had planes tilting upwards while passing near them. All of them were coming down, screams amid thuds. I was probably holding the bedding tightly for dear life. Class was definitely interesting, if it wasn't a geography class, that is. Honestly, I don't know where my brain had gone that morning. I can't recall a lot of what transpired, leading to me being informed that I was being required at the principal's office. Mrs. Cherambos, our then principal, sat behind her desk. My uncle Eliezer sat on a visitor's chair across me. He had never been to my school before, and so a number of questions raced through my mind as if competing to win a prize for being answered first. A couple of minutes later, my uncle and I were out of the office and out of the school compound. I had already concluded that we were going for a family meeting as we headed to Eldoret town and down to Trocadero bus station. Well, it was a matatu station, as there were no buses back then. My uncle didn't mention anything that could give a clue of what had transpired. He was a pastor some times back, so probably he was praying to God to maybe show me a sign. We met another uncle, Uncle Joseph, as we were about to board a matatu home. In my mind, I knew it was just a coincidence. Now that I know, it was actually a well-planned out coincidence. Uncle Eliezer said he would leave me with Uncle Joseph as he goes back into town to meet someone. As I said, my brain was probably on holiday. The only thing I remember between meeting Uncle Joseph and Uncle Eliezer leaving us at the matatu station is everyone coming to the front passenger window of the matatu and telling my uncle, Poleni, that is sorry in Swahili. I respect all my uncles and love them so much. I sat next to Uncle Joseph trying to stay calm and wait for the last person to board the matatu before the driver started the engine, or if we weren't lucky, the strong men around to help push the matatu in order to start the engine. We left town, and after a while, with teary eyes, I asked my uncle, "Why are so many people telling you, Poleni?" I am an emotional wreck, so thinking about the answer he would give made me cry even before he uttered a word. I have always known all my uncles to be a replica of my late granddad, and this was no different. And this day was no different. Strong through it all are my uncle's characteristics. Uncle Joseph held my hand and said, "Don't hold back your tears. Just be free and cry to ease your pain. Apparently, he thought I was crying because of something we both knew. Unfortunately, his duty of breaking the bad news had not been lifted off his shoulder. This girl here knew nothing. She just has plenty of tears in her eye sockets. Still holding my hand, my uncle said, still holding my hand, my uncle said, Mama aliaga jana usiku. Mama, a name we everyone who knew me and my mom called my own mother. Yes, he said, Mama passed on yesterday night. Remember the dream? I tell myself each day that my mom and I had a bond with cause that only death managed to pull apart. The falling of the tall buildings signified the breaking of the physical bond between mom and I. Her soul was leaving her as I tried hard to hold her to stay. This is signified by me tightly holding the bedding on my school bed. I broke down as soon as my uncle mentioned, Mama, I'm terrible when it comes to letting tears flow. I don't think about what will remain for tomorrow. To think of it, I cried the whole route home. The matatu driver must have been wondering, how on earth does one have so much tears in them? He just stole glances at me and murmured something that sounded like Poleni. Thankful for all. At this point, I thank God for all. I thank God for all those people. Sorry. I thank God for those people who came around to say, Pauline, this is because looking back, it just shows me how so many people knew and loved my mom. It has never really sunk that she's gone. May her soul rest